Please. So this reads this is from Am I the Asshole Throwaway, and reads as the following. Am I the asshole for something I said about bald white guys? 3 years ago, I was travelling abroad with my two of my girlfriends. I don't want to name the country because I don't like portraying people negatively like that. All you need to know is that it's exclusively a white country and that almost no one speaks English there. We had a very hard time communicating. We were exhausted after a day of sightseeing, so we found a place to rest and drink something. It was pretty full, but we found a table next to a group of guys who were obviously locals. We started chatting amongst ourselves, and the discussion turned to boys. My friend started saying how she has a thing for guys who shave their heads, and I was like, what? So she started listing off bald dudes for me, and I would tell her if I found them sexy or not. We discovered I sometimes like bald black guys, but not bald white guys. I remember I said, some bald guys just look weird. Not too loud, just like you speak to a friend who's sitting next to you. Or maybe a little louder. I don't know. We thought no one could understand no one could understand us either way. But then I heard someone say in perfect fucking English from the nearby table, don't worry, we bald white guys don't like fat black girls either. At first, we all thought they were hitting on us. A very common thing in that country. Ugh. But then I realised he said, and I turned to look at him. He was a balding man in his late 20s, early 30s, and I hadn't spotted him before. I was like, excuse me, what did you say to me? So he repeated what he said, but louder this time. My friends joined in, and we called him out for his racism and his fat phobia, and told him that this was a private conversation and he shouldn't have been listening in. His friends were pretty confused at what was happening, but he told us to sit back down and that he wasn't to be insulted in his own country. At this point, a waitress came to tell us to calm down, and she of course spoke no English, so she only heard his side of the story. She called her manager, and we tried to explain to him, but his English was shit too. So he took his side too and asked us to leave. Am I the arsehole here? It was just a private conversation. I don't mean anything by it, and I don't think anyone could understand us. He was just being intentionally hurtful because he got offended. Am I the asshole?
Yup! We're only hearing her side of the story too. And yeah, it's at a certain point, yeah, you're a guest in somebody else's country, but also don't be stupid enough to assume that just because a lot of people don't speak English, that nobody speaks English. She can say it was this soda voce, like I'm just talking to you and we're having a conversation, but we don't fucking know. She could have been drunk and yelling at the rafters. You're just stupid. You're stupid for saying shit like that where people can hear you. Like, do I think his response was necessarily appropriate? No, because don't be so fucking vain as to think this song is about you. But he did, so it's kind of a pox of both their houses.
So the issue that I have with this one is where it flipped, how fast it flipped, because it was, I said it, I thought that I was just loud enough for my friends to hear it. I was wrong. So where do you go? He makes a snide comment. Fine, he makes a snide comment, but then it escalates.
No.
Okay, so the point that it escalates is the point that everyone is the asshole. The point where it turns into everybody is fighting, nobody is the good guy anymore, and it doesn't matter what the fuck you said.
And look, if you're not attracted to bald white dudes, I mean, there's a million reasons you're wrong, but I mean, it's fine to not be attracted to bald white dudes. Whatever, that's fine. But I'm not gonna sit across the table from Geek and say, guys with gray in their beard are gross." Right? Regardless if he can understand me or
it's
not.
A bald-faced lie. But that's
it's a bald-faced lie. You're hot as fuck. But anyway,
thank you.
But I mean, whether or not you can understand, you think that everybody around you can understand what you're saying, you don't fucking criticize people that are sat right fucking there.
And the other piece that I have to this one is I have been in another country with other Americans that do the rude American thing.
Mm-hmm.
The rude American thing, for those who don't know, is immediately assuming no one fucking understands you, so you can say whatever the fuck you want, however loud you fucking feel like, and it's all a private conversation. I have seen many Koreans and Americans get in fights over shit like this, over misunderstandings that could have just been kept as private conversations because Dom and I are out downtown, and Dom and I are having a private conversation. But Dom and I are having a private conversation at this fucking level, because we're both shit-faced.
Look, that one time Atlanta, we don't need to bring it up again.
That's not a foreign country to me, bro. That's just down the fucking road.
I've been to Georgia. I tend to disagree, my friend.
So Atlanta is kind of a foreign country to the rest of Georgia, yeah, but still.
I have a lot of issues with this one because
Yeah.
this is where my communication background wants to come out. Is you get the first part where she's just having a conversation supposedly with her friends. We don't need to argue at what level, right?
Mhm.
The fact that they're just having a private conversation talking about whatever their girlfriends probably normally talk about, cool, whatever. The fact that this man is getting so offended by another conversation, whether you can hear it or not, needs to speak his piece and say, well, great, because I'm not attracted to you either. I have problems with that communication, and I have problems, like Sippy said, on how they continued to add to it. The fact that they were just like, okay, this guy is, we need to stop, we'll just end it here. They added to it. So that's where the two issues add is just keep your mouth shut. You're gonna run into people every day you do not agree with. If you can't come at it without a logical and not an angry tone, you're not going to solve anything. There is no point to that conversation.
Not wrong.
Nope.
Okay. All right. Well, half the cast has gone away, so
They done fucked off.
Yes, we've formed that annoying Tetris piece that no one knows quite where it goes. So
That fucking T. That
yeah.
fucking T.
Yeah.
Because if I turn on
is
its
the
side,
most useful.
no, it isn't. If I turn
It
it on its
is.
side and put it against the wall, I gotta find an L to just sandwich underneath the little ding-a-ling.
L
on-
right
hanging
here.
off of it,
This
right
is the
there.
most annoying fucking piece. This L. This
Oh, yeah,
L.
That L saves
Fuck that
lives.
L.
That L saves lives.
That T is the most useful piece. If you watched anything on Tetris 99, you would know that.
I haven't because I have other
What the
things
chat
to do.
doesn't realize is they see an L, we see a T.
oh,
So
Oh, ha! Isn't that?
I
That's
rearranged
the
my
funny
fucking.
part.
I rearranged my shit whenever
You
I
use
like
your eyes. I like
the
that.
stream pops up and I immediately rearrange.
like how we are sitting on the chat is an L, but how we are.
I would like to say yes, she's the asshole because I know that's your next question.
Okay.
I think they're both the asshole.
all
I
right.
think they
So
both are.
BK thinks they're the arsehole. Okay, excellent. Well, chat, spam
vote for
away.
them.
Assholes, not the assholes. Okay, Geek Ryan Dad, what's your vote?
Asshole. They're both the asshole.
Could you do it
I'm
in a
voting for them too.
British accent for me, please, to make it authentic?
They're both the asshole.
They're both a bunch of fucking wankers.
Wanker? Oh, I see, yes.
Wanker.
Can I raise of
Alright,
hands? Raise of hands for wanker, please.
Wanker.
Fucking what a fucking
Yeah,
wanker.
British edition, not the wanker. There we go. No? Excellent. All right. Okay. Well,